Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited Hybrid.
And a big thanks to Courtesy Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Santa Fe started off as Hyundai's compact SUV back in 2001. Moving up to the mid-size segment in 2005 and sticking to it all the way up to the all-new 5th generation Santa Fe that you see here released this year for 2024, featuring ground-up all-new styling inside and out and available either with a 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder or a hybrid system, which is still very potent, cranking out 232 horsepower with 271 combined pound-feet of torque. We already reviewed the SE and SEL models for the non-hybrid, and the hybrid model for 2024 is available in 3 trims ranging from the $37,000 SEL up to the $47,000 Calligraphy. Here we have the Limited sitting right in the middle of the pack with a $44,000 base price and an additional $1,800 optional all-wheel drive system across all trims. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, we get full LED headlamps, LED high and low beam with an all-new LED daytime running strip, which connects both headlamps for the grille. It has a 10-piece rectangular slot for the grille, forward-facing camera, full front parking sensing, functional airflow in each corner. You can see your intercooler and radiator, the radiator on the left side, intercooler on the right, Hyundai badge right up top with a bold army green metallic paint color. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly the name of this paint color. The wheel and tire setup, we get an additional side sensor to help us out with the 360, but the wheel and tire setup, we get these really nice 20-inch rims. They're a silver and black contrast. They're Kumho Crudron all seasons, dimensions being 255/45 R20. We get a little bit of plastic cladding for the wheel well area, helping us out if you take this SUV off-roading, not having to worry about scratching the crap out of your paint. Subtle aluminum trim in the center of the plastic cladding, LED turn signal on the mirror, camera on the mirror also helping us out with the 360, blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get black trim for the bottom part of the window trim, all body color up top, black roof rails, and a massive panoramic moonroof. Hopefully you can pick it all up on camera. We get smart access for the driver and a front passenger. Hopefully you guys can pick up this window sticker on this 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid Limited front wheel drive. Standard features. Hopefully you guys can pause, take a look at all of these. It comes loaded with a $44,000 base price, $210 for the floor mats, $55 for the cargo net, $30 for the first aid kit, $130 for the mud guards, $13.95 for the destination, totaling us out at $45,670. And with the hybrid, you're getting 36 combined MPGs, 36 in the city, 35 on the highway, all while still getting 0 to 60 in around 7.5 seconds, making it a no-joke performer. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this really bold and aggressive 2024 Santa Fe. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, but I see a lot of styling resemblances here to like a Land Rover Defender, and it looks nice, bold, and aggressive, especially on the XRT models. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup as up front. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper, push to open gas cap, no easy fill, and you can throw regular fuel here for this 1.6-liter hybrid setup. But with turbos, as with most turbos, I would still probably recommend putting a higher octane fuel. Their brake light up top is LED, shark fin style antenna. I kind of wish the rear glass lifted up individually from the trunk. It is available with some of the larger SUVs, just not in Hyundai's lineup. I do like how the rear wiper is hidden away behind the third brake light. Hyundai badge beneath the glass, Santa Fe beneath that, hybrid in the lower right corner, full LED taillights, turn signals, and the reverse lights in the lower part of the bumper with full rear parking sensing, and we get a foot activated trunk release. But for the life of me, I've never been able to figure out that feature on any vehicle with the reverse lights down below. The exhaust tip in the lower right corner, and speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 1.6-liter turbo hybrid setup and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the hybrid setup sold by Hyundai for the 2024 Santa Fe Hybrid, mating a 1.6-liter turbo to electric battery system, cranking out a combined 232 horsepower, 271 pound-feet of torque, made it to a front-wheel drive system with an $1,800 optional all-wheel drive. You can expect 0 to 60 in the mid 7-second range, so no, it's not going to blow you away when it comes to performance, but 7.5 seconds 0 to 60 is a solid number, and with this electric assist, you really feel like you have more power than you actually do because of the response that you get with a low throttle input. The hydraulic struts are also appreciated. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, walk around this 2024 Santa Fe Hybrid one more time. With these 20-inch rims and this green metallic paint color, this is a clean looking SUV. And taking a step inside, for under 50,000 bucks, this might be one of the most luxurious SUVs that we've reviewed in a long time. Just look at those seats. Everything is leather stitched just for the most part. Up top, we get stitching, wood trim beneath it, aluminum outlining the two-person memory seats, aluminum door handle, gushy soft leather armrest, 2-window auto one touch up front, power windows out rear, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable, lock and unlock. Down below, just hard plastic, but plenty of space. You'll stack 2 footlongs on top of each other, or stack 2 6-inch subs with a 32-ounce bottle in front of it. We get the Bose premium audio system here too, and it sounds awesome. The seats are unbelievably comfortable, supportive, and premium looking and feeling. They're heated and ventilated. 4-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. One thing I should have mentioned when we were under the hood, which I didn't, the non-hybrid Santa Fe's for 2024, the turbo models, mate their 2.5-liter turbo to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, which has been known to be a little bit problematic in history. The hybrid versions of the Santa Fe get the 6-speed automatic transmission, which has been known to be a little bit more on the reliable side of things. Anyway, for the interior, just look at the premiumness of this color scheme. I prefer the color pattern here in this limited over what we would get in the calligraphy. The steering wheel is leather, solid thickness, 10.2 feels perfect, so does the 9.3. Horn area is rubberized, the horn itself loud and aggressive. People should be getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes, and it opens and closes really quickly. Additional Bose speaker on the side, and we get 3 Bose speakers on the actual dashboard. The paddle shifters are aluminum. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. On the left side, we have a radar cruise control adjustments, lane keep assist, infotainment adjustments. On the right side, voice commands, AM, FM, Sirius. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, favorites, and our volume and skip controls. The stocks have a satisfying click. We get the blind spot cameras here too. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers, all super appreciated features for the price point. To the left of the steering wheel, we mentioned the tilt and telescope function. We can turn off the traction control, trunk release, interior brightness with our electronic parking brake. I like the interior illumination here too, very subtle. The air vents get some aluminum running through it. Dual 12.3-inch screens, the infotainment adjustments as we mentioned. We get our current trip, since refueling, since last reset, engine temperature, tire pressure, and idle mode. We can also see our compass, which functions as a turn-by-turn when the navigation is hooked up, as well as our advanced safety feature screen, which as you see, the brake lights light up the actual figure in this infotainment. The turn signals do not, however, but we still get that blind spot camera, which is really cool and useful. Hopefully you guys can get a good look at the pedals down below, trunk release in the corner. The gear selector right over here on the right side of the steering wheel reminds me a little bit of what you get from the new Mercedes vehicles. To reverse, you just pull back. Now we get a backup camera with a full 360 and front and rear parking sensing, some of the best resolution in the business too. We can check out our different displays over the top, blind spot view, and a full screen backup view without guidance lines or trajectory. You can also see a full tourney 360. You can see everything surrounding our Santa Fe, some of the best displays in the business. But my personal favorite would just be this regular one that it comes with. We get more genuine wood trim beneath it. Throwing it back into park, you just press this P button and it returns us right back to the previous screen. The touchscreen, excellent. Hyundai has always had one of the best systems in the business, but this new updated display is even better than what we've had in the past. Huge thumbs up. You can see your home screen. With a click of a button, you can see your map, media, and our hybrid information, and all the rest of our stuff as well. The hybrid information, let's check it out real quick. We get our hybrid fuel economy, electric motor use, our idle mode, so all pretty useful features, especially for a hybrid SUV. You can reset the graph and our online manual. My personal favorite screen would just be the home screen, so we'll leave it there. Engine start stop, air vents have aluminum running through it, shortcuts with hard buttons for the home, map, search, media, seek, track, favorites and setup. The volume and tune dials have a nice satisfying resistance to it. Dual zone automatic climate control with sync, heated and ventilated seats, auto hold for the electronic parking brake. The drive mode select includes Eco, Sport, and My Drive. We'll start off in Eco, try out Sport, and just see what the differences are. Hill descent control, you can access your camera with the push of a button. It gives you like a car wash view with the forward facing and forward facing for the 360. We can check out our different views for the forward facing. You got a little blind spot view as well, and a full forward facing if that's what you would prefer. Pressing the camera button returns us right back to the previous screen. You can turn off the parking sensors too for one reason or another. 2 USB-C ports. You can press the center button to adjust whether you want the charging pad or USB-C ports prioritized. And the UV control you can press right over here. Wireless phone charging pad on the left side. We have a grippy area on the right side. They're not both wireless phone charging pads. It would be nice if it was included, but I'm sure it is optional or will be available post facelift. Unfortunately, just hard plastic for where your knee will often hit, but that's my first complaint about this SUV, just showing how premium it really is. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 32-ounce bottles in each of them. Nicely padded armrest. We can check out the glove box space. It is decent. Very good resistance for the actual console. If I call it glove box, I apologize. We have an LED light in here. You'll easily fit 10 to 12-ounce bottles. Very solid amount of space. We get 2 glove boxes. The first tier is leather stitched. You'll fit probably 5 or 6 pairs of socks in that first tier. And I'm loving that color pattern with a full stitched dashboard, if we didn't mention. We get a little bit more storage above the actual glove box. You'll fit 6, maybe 7 more pairs of socks in there. Pull this latch to drop the actual glove box. You'll fit 15 to 20 license plates in there, easily fitting a pair of shoes if you're under a size 12. We get a basically frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. The interior lights are touch sensitive and LED. We have a dual panel moonroof. To open up the first panel, you press this front button, it opens up pretty quickly. Nice. And to open up the rear, we just open up the rear shade. The glass out back doesn't actually open up, but we'll leave everything open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. Poking our way out of here, out of the front. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 85 degrees. The rain has finally passed. But again, we can shut this glass, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited Hybrid. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So out back up top, starting off, we get a sunshade. That's nice if you have kids. Leather stitching behind the sunshade, genuine wood in the center with aluminum separating the 2 panels. Aluminum door handle, gushy soft armrest, heated second row seats. We don't get auto one touch window, but it's still a power window. You'll fit 2 24-ounce bottles, and you'll fit a big gulp down below. The rear seats have surprisingly good bolstering for a second row seat, even for the bottom portion with the leather trim. You can recline them and slide them back and forth with a power button to fold it to make it easier to hop out into the 3rd row. Anyway, for the 2nd row, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 6 inches of knee room, headroom. Even with the moonroof, I have about 2 inches. So if you're under 6'6", 6'7", you'll sit in the back of a Santa Fe with no problem, and that says a lot. We get hooks, that's perfect for grocery bags, purses, whatnot. Map pockets behind both of the front seats. USB-C ports on the side of both the front seats. And you can open up the glove box from the back seat. That's a really cool design, especially for kids or back passengers. Some additional cargo back here too. You could fit probably 12 to 15 12-ounce cans in there. Also nice and spacious. You might be wondering, where are the air vents in this SUV? We don't have a 3rd zone climate control, but the air vents right here to the side, blowing directly into your face. I prefer this placement heavily over the center, but I'm sure if there was a center passenger here, they would prefer air vents being in the center. The center cubby, we can pull this rope. It is decently padded. You could fit 24-ounce bottles with a shot glass right there in the center. Light brought into the cabin is impressive. There's no glass over here in the center, which helps you with the rollover. But out back, plenty of light. The 3rd row passengers will easily see all of that. Speaking of 3rd row passengers, let's hop out into the 3rd row, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So pressing the top button, the seat shoots forward. We can pull this latch, lift everything up, and sliding the seat up, foot on the plastic piece, It's a little bit tricky. It is a mid-size SUV after all, so you can't expect it to be as easy of a process as a full-size. But leaning the seat back where we had it, just about where it was. Still have about an inch or so of knee room. The floor is high, so my knees feel like they're kind of in my chest. Headroom, I have about an inch, inch and a half. They give you a cutout so you get a little bit more headroom if you're a full-size adult. But at 6 feet tall, I can fit back here comfortably, even for a long trip. The seat is scooted up about an inch. If the seat was all the way back, my knees would be in the seat. But as you see, there's still plenty of room for the second row passengers, so considering this is how it would be set up, it is fine. If you want the second row seat all the way back and still fit somebody 6 foot plus in the third row, that's where you're gonna wanna go to the full size, because even a Palisade, I don't think would be able to do that. This new Santa Fe is really starting to compete with the Palisade in terms of size. I'm excited to see how Hyundai updates the Palisade. I'm expecting it to be a major redesign. But continuing along, we get 2 cup holders back here, air vents back here, USB-C port, additional air vent, USB-C port, and adjustments for the rear AC when it comes to the vent controls. So we have vent control adjustments in the third row, but no vent control adjustments in the second row. Pretty interesting overall design, but I'm sure none of the third row passengers will complain that they can adjust their air vents. Again, USB-C port, air vent, and our AC outlet, 150 watt max. That's about it though, guys, for the third row. We can hop out of here, check out the cargo space for the third row up and with the third row down, and then take this 2024 Santa Fe hybrid out for a drive. So cargo space down here underneath the backup camera is a button to open up your electrically opening lift gate. It's also a foot activated lift gate, but as you mentioned before, I've never been able to figure that feature quite out. We get our subwoofer for our Bose system in the left corner. Hopefully you can pick it up. Secret storage. Although it's a hybrid, we still get a little bit of secret storage down here. Right now we have our tire sealant in here, but if you take it out, you could probably fit 1 or 2 backpacks in that secret compartment. With the third row up, as you guys can see, there is a pretty limited amount of space, but it's competitive with the mid-size segment. Dropping the third row, as you guys can see, now we have a very solid amount of space. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly how much space is back here with the third row up, third row down, and with the second row down. But as you guys can see, a very solid amount of space, and with this limited trim level, this is loaded with features. There are 2 buttons to drop the trunk. The button on the left drops the trunk, the button on the right drops the trunk and locks the SUV. We don't need it locked, so we'll press the button on the left, and as you saw, it gives you about 2 seconds to get out of the way, so if you have grocery bags in your hands, you don't necessarily have to worry about getting doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited Hybrid. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid Limited. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Just cruising along, nothing really feels different compared to the SE and SEL we reviewed in this channel. But once we start to actually test out the power, I'm sure some of the differences will be apparent. The overall feel of the materials here on this limited trim is definitely a noticeable improvement compared to an SE or SEL. I'm sure we'll test out a calligraphy at some point, and that will be even more impressive. But taking a step out here, with this electric assist, you don't feel any delay off the line. With the 1.6 liter turbo previously, it wasn't the best when it came to response, but this hybrid setup offsets any lag that you may potentially feel. Brakes feel good. Regenerative braking helps make things feel a little bit sharper in the braking department. The steering feels really sharp, even in normal mode. Taking a step out here, we can lean into it about 1/4 of the way. Yeah, really good response. And over the bumps, the ride quality is fantastic. The tires here are 45 series sidewall. The SC and SCL, I believe, had 50 and 55 series sidewall. And then you can go up to the XRT and you get beefy all-terrain tires. I'm sure with those trim levels, you'll get slightly softer ride quality, but still, with these 45 series sidewalls, this is still a really soft ride, even with these 20-inch rims. And when it comes to ratios here with the 6-speed, it does feel a little bit further apart gear-wise than the 8-speed, but to be expected. The 8-speed, though, is a dual clutch system. And there have been a little bit more inconsistencies when it comes to reliability with that 8-speed compared to the 6-speed. At around 35-40 miles an hour, road noise is non-existent. With the dual pane windows, so is the wind noise. We can try it out in sport mode, see what changes up. We can step out here, make sure CRV gets situated about half throttle in sport. Doesn't blow you away when it comes to performance, but it does get up and go, not just quickly, but smoothly too. Very consistent feeling power delivery. That's not something you can say with most turbocharged power plants. And in sport, the steering gets a little bit tighter, gives you a little bit more feel through the turn. We can try out a real world turning radius, open her up one more time, and then head back to courtesy Hyundai here in Tampa, Florida. Real world turning radius, sharp, open her up one more time, good torque. Yeah, you look down and you are moving. We can try out this active steering system. Hyundai has had some of the best systems when it comes to active steering in the business, and that's definitely still the case here. We start to creep out of the lane and it does nudge us back ever so slightly while keeping us centered for the most part as well. It's definitely not a system that you should rely on, but in case of emergencies, if you're not paying attention, it does give you a good nudge. Body roll in sport mode, limited, good grip here too, steering, excellent. When I reviewed the 2.5 liter turbo for the SE and the SEL, one complaint that I had with just front wheel drive, it's a little bit too much power for the front wheels. So when you really access the power, the meat of the power band, it's almost guaranteed wheel spin if you don't go for the all-wheel drive models. Here, with this hybrid system, the way the power is delivered, even with front wheel drive, it puts the power down very well. So if you're in good weather climates and you don't necessarily want to pay the extra almost $2,000 for all-wheel drive, if you're going with the hybrid model, it's not necessarily necessary. Whereas if you're going for a turbocharged, well, non-hybrid turbocharged model, the all-wheel drive is just about a must-have. Regardless, this is a really premium, quick, and pretty stylish SUV with a very solid amount of space for 5 to 6 full-size adults. If that's what you're looking for, guys, at around the $45,000 price point, this gives you a lot for the money. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would definitely recommend checking out a 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid, and I would recommend checking out the Limited. It gives you just about the best balance of luxury and value. And a huge thanks to Courtesy Hyundai here in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck, because they sell the Santa Cruz now, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for David, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.